Hey, I'm Bez, pronounced he, they, and welcome to the Binary Misfit cards. This is just a little series I made to look at the more unusual side of Magic the Gathering, the weirder cards and their history, other cards like them, how to build a deck around them, all those little oddities that get overlooked in this game. So let's take a look. Today we're going to take a look at a little card called the Amulet of Quoz. Heads up for newbies, there's a bunch of rule text on this card, so you might need to pause the video every few seconds for the newbies corner notes. And with that, let's go! Amulet of Quoz reads the following. Remove Amulet of Quoz from your deck before playing if you're not playing for ante. Pay 0 mana, tap, and sacrifice Amulet of Quoz. Flip a coin. Target opponent calls heads or tails while coin is in the air. If the flip ends up in your favor, that opponent loses the game. Otherwise, you lose the game. Effects that prevent or redirect damage cannot be used to prevent this loss of life. Use this ability only during your upkeep. The opponent may ante an additional card to counter this effect. It's, a weird one, right? A card that can decide the whole game with one coin toss? I mean, that's a lot, right? And while there aren't any cards that are totally similar to it, there are cards that share characteristics with it. Let's take a look. First off, let's talk about ante. There are only 9 cards, including our amulet, that have ante effects. Most of them tell you to remove them from the deck if you aren't playing for ante, because they directly affect cards from the ante zone, and or the ownership of other cards. My favorite of these cards has to be Rebirth, because healing up to 20 life is a very tempting offer, and all I have to do is hope the top card in my library isn't something great. Fingers crossed! The next part of the card is coin flipping. There are a surprising amount of cards that involve flipping a coin in MTG, from cards that destroy things that you win the flip, to cards that create creatures, to cards that prevent combat damage, to cards that give mana. What's most interesting about coin flip cards is that there are a ton of goblin cards in this category of all things. From Goblin Psychopath to Goblin Kablinist, my personal favorite, to Mog Assassin, there's quite an interesting amount of them. And I'm sure a deck built around goblin coin flippers would be very interesting. By the way, as of this recording, there's also a new coin flipper on the block in Modern Horizons 2, Yusri Fortune's Flame. If anything, it shows that coin flipping cards aren't going away anytime soon. Lastly, there's the fact that this artifact can make you win or lose the game. There are quite a few cards in Magic that can win you the game, but they take time to set up for the win condition. The amulet is pretty unique in that the game is decided right there in that one moment, unless the effect is countered. So yeah, that's the Amulet of Quoz, an interesting relic of its time, just like most of the ante cards, really. And I can't really use it in a deck nowadays. But what if we did it anyway? In order to build this deck, we need a few rules. First, our goal is to maximize the effectiveness of our Amulet of Quoz so it can help us win. We'll assume that you and your opponent are very old-fashioned and playing for ante, since otherwise the card can't really be played. Also, like always, don't look at this as a full deck, but rather a sketch of ideas for you to take and use for your own creations. Alright, let's do this. First and foremost, a Quark's Thumb is essential for this deck, as it will let us flip 2 coins instead of 1. After that, we need to find ways to protect ourselves from losing the game in case the coin doesn't land in our favor. Platinum Angel is an obvious choice, and Guardians of the Trials is a handy addition. I couldn't find many more cards other than those though. Let me know in the comments if there was something I missed. Next, let's see if we can get ourselves more amulets in case they fail us after being sacrificed. We can either copy the artifact itself or its ability. Copy Artifact is a pretty obvious choice, but there's also Cogwork Assembler, Kurkesh Onik Ancient, Mechanized Production, Mermaid, Works, or Sculpting Steel as a few possibilities. Before I end our little journey with this card, I just have a quick side note that I couldn't fit anywhere else. This card's page has some very interesting comments on the Gatherer on Magic's website. So yeah, there you have it. Go forth and play for ante. Hopefully you won't lose too many of your cards in the process. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving a like and subscribing. I don't get any money from YouTube for doing this because I don't have enough subscribers. That would really help me out. And if you really like the video, I have a Patreon at patreon.com/Norvez, where you can support my work, get early access, get scripts, and maybe have me make you a video or write you an essay if you want one. You know, and all that good stuff. Alright? You stayed to the end, and it's time for the giveaway. I'm giving away 1 copy of Rebirth to a random person. I don't have it on me at this moment, but future me is going to obtain it and cut to the footage of the card right about now. To enter the giveaway, go to the tweet in the pinned comment, reply to that tweet telling me what you liked or didn't like about this video. I get some critique, you get a card, or a chance to win a card. You don't get the card automatically. I think that's a win-win for everybody. Alright, that's just what wraps up for today. I'm Bez from the Binder Misfit Cards, and I'll see you next time. Bye.